These are 10 of the best things that we can add to our pet's kibble to help them live longer according to veterinarians. Now, we have to be careful because if we just start adding a bunch of toppers, we could risk overfeeding or giving our dog an upset tummy. So before I talk about the safer way to start boosting our dog's bowl, let's talk about what I like to feed. And some of these might be a bit controversial. Yes, that is an avocado, but stay tuned and we'll deep dive that. Now, if you can find these on sale in the baby food aisle, stock up. It's very limited ingredient. It's literally just beef or turkey with some sweet potato and vegetables. There's no added fillers and dogs love it as a training treat or a topper. Bananas are great, but we want to make sure that we get the green bananas. You'll get more fiber, more prebiotics, a little less sugar, and it's great for dogs with sensitive tummy. Now, can you guess what that is? That is cabbage. Now, I definitely recommend with cabbage to lightly steam it, ferment. Now, everybody talks about the benefits of plain pumpkin for our dogs' upset tummies, but did you know plain butternut squash gently steamed can also help with constipation or diarrhea? Plus, it's known to have high levels of antioxidants and anti-aging properties. And I bet you didn't realize that cucumbers, yes, you can remove the skin, but cucumbers are a natural breath freshener. They're also high in moisture, high in vitamins, and yes. Wally's gonna go for the apple. Now, the secret with apples is that you remove the core, the stem, the seeds, of course, but I leave the skin because that's where quercetin is, which is a potent antioxidant, which is a natural allergy symptom fighter. There was a flawed study in the early 90s that was debunked in the early 2000s that proved that the flesh of avocados, just a little bit, can be really nutritious for our dogs, never the pit, seed, or skin, of course. Now, for immune health and antioxidants, I love bell peppers. Now, I feed these raw sometimes, but generally I saute them. They have a lot of vitamins, lutein, great source of vitamin C as well. You can even cut a bell pepper in half, remove the seeds, stuff it with some of your dog's food, and then freeze it so it's like a natural Kong that they can eat the skin of. My dogs go crazy for it. And there, Marlo gets a little bite too. Trust me, she gets her turn right after this. Wally loves apples, clearly. We know based on science that giving our dogs a variety of fresh foods can be highly beneficial to their gut microbiome. And did you know that you can take a full carrot and turn it into a healthy, natural dental chew? I just take a long carrot, soak it in some bone broth, freeze it for like 30 minutes. I always supervise, of course. Now let's talk about how we start adding boosters to our dog's bowl. My favorite kibbles and dog foods are on my dog food list at my website, RachelFusaro.com. But I love feeding my dogs on a flat platter or a puzzle bowl like this. So you'll notice what I did is I took about 10%, 15% of the serving size of the kibble out of the bowl. Then I pour it into the slow feeder. I'm going to add one of my favorite liquid toppers. It's a raw goat milk, really potent, very nutrient dense topper that you can get at your local pet store. And then you'll see that I have some of the toppers ready to go. So to avoid overfeeding and to make sure that the dog's food is still going to be balanced, we want to remove about 10% of the bowl and replace that portion with real fresh foods. But to avoid GI upset with most dogs, again, work with your veterinarian with any health or medical concerns. This is just what works for me based on my experience with my nutrition science degree, my bachelor's in nutrition science. I'm a certified professional canine nutritionist and I've worked in the pet food industry for years, but again, every dog is different. But I find that if we remove about 10% of the bowl and replace it with the fresh foods, we're not risking harming the balance of the food and we're not risking too much of overfeeding. I also want to preface the importance of trying and giving one new food at a time over several days, because if you try to add this many at once, with like Wally in the beginning, you are at risk of causing a little bit of GI upset. So Wally can have this huge variety because we've been doing this his entire life, and eventually most dogs can get there. Before I show him enjoying this bowl, which yes, my favorite toppers and the bowls on my website at RachelFusaro.com, I have an unboxing to do, and I'm gonna let Marlo do this because she's been so patient. And big shout out to BarkBox for sponsoring this part of the video and Super Chewer. And we've been getting BarkBox, which is a monthly toy subscription for years at this point, for two reasons. One, they almost always come with an enrichment toy, and I love this because mental stimulation can be twice as tiring as physical exercise alone. So look at these little barquitos. I love how they're different themes, but you see how there's toys inside of there, and you could even stuff their kibble or treats inside. It's a great way for our dogs to have enrichment. And I love this pup cuisine, and I'll show you why in a second. But look at Marlo. She can't decide what her favorite is, so she tries to get 2 toys in one. That stinky girl, I love it. Now I get their treat-free box because my dogs have sensitivities, but look how you can stuff the treats or your dog's kibble in the little treat trap on this one. And then look at Marlo come, and she's like, ooh, I smell something in here. So it gives her a way to use her mind and her nose in a different way, which is highly stimulating for dogs and great when dogs have anxiety or stress, or it's a rainy day and you can't walk them that day. So I love the fact that they always come with that. Then they have their super chewer boxes, which are meant for more super chewers. They're a little bit more durable, and they also come in a different theme every single month, and they almost always come with an enrichment toy. So this one, there is another ball inside of this tomato soup. So as your dog is shredding and tearing, which again is highly satisfying for dogs, but please always monitor, never allow our dogs to eat any of this. Of course, always monitor and choose and toys based on your dog's chewing style. But again, there's a little toy inside. So our dog gets a chance to have like a 2-in-1 toy. It's like the gift that never ends. But I will have a very special offer for you for your monthly BarkBox toys in my bio and description for you, or you can find it on my website at RachelFusaro.com. But I love experiencing this with Marlo every month. And speaking of mental stimulation and enrichment, of course we know that these pet-safe, fresh foods are healthy for our dogs, but think of the enrichment that they get by trying new foods and experiencing new flavors. To find my favorite foods, this puzzle bowl, all my favorite treats and dental chews, go to my website at RachelFusaro.com. I have free guides that are vet approved to help you feed your dog better, train your dog better from professionals based on research. And of course, do not forget to click that subscribe button. We are almost at 500,000 subscribers here. We are inspiring pet parents every day, and thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about the foods that I feed my dogs, click the video right here.